Hi there, and welcome to the fourth in a series of online Scottish music workshops to mark the 125th anniversary of the Glen Collection. I'm Ronnie Gibson, a scholar performer of Scots fiddle music based in Aberdeen, Scotland. We'll be live on YouTube at this time every Monday and Thursday throughout July and August, exploring some of the finest Scottish dance music as chosen by John Glen in his two tune books published in 1891 and 1895. You'll find more information and links to free sheet music downloads at glencollection125.wordpress.com, where, if wished, you can also make a contribution to my virtual tips jar. And again, a big thank you to everyone who's contributed. In this video, we'll workshop two sets, the 26th and 32nd pairs of tunes as found in Glen's first book. You can use the chat bar during the live broadcast to make comments or ask questions. So do let us know you're there. And I see already there's some chatter. We've got Francois, Margaret, Donald, Sarah, Jane, and Iona. Hello to you all, familiar faces. It's good to have you. Thanks for taking part. And there's already some chat of the flats. Yes, we're in for a treat tonight. Thanks for letting me know, Sarah, that Maura can't be with us. She's got a dental procedure. Maybe these flat tunes will feel a bit like a dental procedure. We'll see. Anyway, let's start with set 26. The tunes are the Strathspey, Tibby Fuller of the Glen, and the real Mrs. Crawfurd of Donside by John Riddle of Ayr. Both tunes are in G minor. So let's start with Tibby Fuller of the Glen. Let's give it a sight read. Oh, before we do, just to say, I was doing some quality control and the sound of my fiddle on the videos was a bit loud, so I put a peg down the bridge. If you could let me know in the course of the video if it's an improvement or a disimprovement or no difference. That'd be really helpful. Thank you. Set 26, Tibby Fuller of the Glen, nice and steady. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whoa, is there a lot in this first 8 bars? The rhythms are very particular. It's a setting from Alexander McGlashan's book, one of them anyway, and the rhythms are very particular. Lots of burls and also up-bow burls, which are a species we've yet to encounter. Let's just go bar at a time and try this first bar. If you don't like the burl on the first beat, just turn it into a crotchet. Ready, 2, 3, and 4. Good, and again, 3 and 4. Once more, 2, 3, and 4. Good. The next bar gets a bit choppy. Ready, second bar, 3 and 4. Make sure these short notes, the snaps, are front loaded. So you need a bit of bite on the down bow fiddles. Ta-da! Ta-da. Ready, and. Ready, and. It's a bit like, I remember when I broke my arm, the route to the hospital was down a road that was having the tarmac resurfaced, and it was very bumpy, and you feel every bump in the road it's a bit like that. You have to feel the rhythm. Ready, again, second bar, and. There we go. We get a sort of irregular effect by regular means. Now, the third bar is rather similar to the first. It just goes somewhere else at the end. Third bar, 2, 3, 4. And again. Once more. There we go. Then we have this fourth bar with the snap on the fourth beat. Ready, 2, 3, and. Let's play this bar as equal quavers. Ready, 2, 3, and 4. And again. Last time. There we go. Now it's printed. Nice and steady though. Yada dee yadam da da da. Ready, 3, 4. And again. Feel all of these snaps. So there's the downbeat and then the fourth beat. Ta-da, ti, ta, ti, ta, ta-da. It's a strong fourth beat to get that snap. Ready, and. That's the idea. Let's just stitch this first line together. Ready, 2, 3, and 4. Once more, huh? Okay, 3, 4. That's the idea. Okay, second line. And we encounter the up bow burl fiddles. You must be quaking because it's it's a pest, but it's good that we cover it. So if we look at this second line, first bar, we've got the same rhythm, ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta. And if we bow it out, we're going down, up, down, up, down, up. So let's just try it slowly. Ready, and again. The trick is to emphasize the fourth note. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Once more, and last time. That's the idea. So that's the nuts and bolts of it. And then it's just speeding it up to get it as a quiver. Trum, trum. And always bear in mind, if it distracts you or puts you off, just make them 2 crotchets. You've always got that as a fallback. So, line 2, bar 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. What you need to execute these effectively is quite a flexible wrist. So if your wrist is rigid, it'll be hard to get the quiver. You need that flexibility. It's almost a reaction, it's an immediate reaction. Trum, trum, flexible wrist. Once more. Line 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then in the second bar, we've got a B natural. Oh, blessed of notes and a ray of sunshine. line 2, bar 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Apologies, again, 3, 4. Once more, and. Now we've got the snaps again, so we want those to be nice and strong on the short note. And then for beats 3 and 4, try and get off the string a little. T, ta, 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 very bouncy, flexible. That bar, 3, 4. Because the first 2 beats you run as traveling bow, you're working your way. If you start in the upper half, you're working your way towards the heel. And then you've got that bounce once you get to the heel to enjoy that. So if you start in the upper half at the line 2, bar 2. Let's just try it once more. 2, 3, 4. Good, nice and swingy. Line 3, the up bow biddle makes a triumphant return. Let's just try bar 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Settling in nicely, I'm sure. Once more. 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then we have this fourth bar. Let's just try that. 3, 4. And if you wish, with the ornament on the 3rd note, have a listen. Ready, and. Let's just slow it down to add the ornament. Da-dum, da-la. Those 3 notes with the ornament. 3, 4. And again. One more time. Okay, that's the idea. So that is the first measure. It's a great tune. It's a bawdy song. Tibby, Fuller of the Glen. Everyone wants to core her. That's the gist of it. And the chords. I'd be interested to know what the chord players, Donald on the accordion, for instance, that think of the chords. There was quite a lot of sweat and blood that went into them. You start the tune, you assume you're in D minor if you don't look at the key signature. But then by the end of the line, you're definitely in G minor. So it's one of those curveball harmony Scottish tunes. Right. Second measure then, line 3. Ya da dum, dee dee. 3 and 4. Subtleties of rhythm, where repeated content has a slightly different rhythm, and subtleties of bowing, where sometimes you're grouping 5 notes, sometimes just 3. So at the start of line 3, we've got this 3-note slur. It's on the up, and if you like, you can add the ornament on the F natural. Let's just try yadra-yabam with an ornament A in the middle of all that. 3, 2, 3, and 4. And again, 3 and 4. Once more, 3 and 4. There we go. And the rhythm's particular. It's what brings it to life. If you're too literal with the rhythm, it's not a very interesting tune. But if you ta-da, ta-dum, tee-da-dum, give these snaps the attention they deserve, it should come to life quite nicely. Okay, from the start of line 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now on halfway through that bar, we've got another ornament. E, F, A, F. Let's just try that. Ya-da-da-dum. And. That's the idea. Is that helpful? Okay, start the line again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that takes care of that bar. 1 down, 7 to go. More snaps. You should be exhausted by now with all the energy you need to play these snaps. It's okay. Okay, line 3, bar 2. Yadum, dadum, dee-da, da, yum. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you've got a sequence of 3 snaps. Ta-dum, ta-dum, tee-da, da, yum. So you don't get the respite until the 4th bar. You're traveling up the bow. Da-dum, da-dum, dee-da, da, yum. And you're getting worried. Oh, getting near the heel. And we're going to last. Yes, because there's respite at the end of the bar. Okay, line 3, bar 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can enjoy yourself on that dotted quaver at the end of the bar. A nice long down bow. So once more, line 3, bar 2. Start towards the tip fiddles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you arrive there. Yadum, dadum, dee-da, da, yum. Once more. 2, 3, and 4. And then we have the upbeat to bar 3. Now just this in itself. So this is line 3, bar 3 with the upbeat. And let's try it without the ornaments initially. Just those 5 notes. Ya-da-dum, dee, all in the up fiddles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. And again. Once more. Now it's a third finger ornament on the fiddle, but it's just the upper note. Let's try it like that. Slower. The ornaments are slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Once more. And now just a bit quicker. 3, 4. Once more. There we go. And it's all in there. Quite a lot to digest. So let's go from there. That's line 3, bar 3, halfway through the bar. Got it? Line 3, bar 3 from the dotted quaver F, halfway through the bar. After 2, 1, 2. And again, 1, 2. Last time, 1, 2. Okay, let's try the whole of the 3rd line. Good. Oh, really better. Move on. There's so much in it, and time's ticking away. Line 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go, something like that, huh? And then we've got the last line with the upbeat. It's mostly the same, but there's some differences. For instance, at the start of the line 4, instead of having 3 notes slurred, we've got 5. So that's from the upbeat, the last note of the third line, and the first 4 notes of the fourth line. And the rhythm changes because we've got a dotted quaver as the third note of the fourth line. So let's just try those 5 notes. So it's the upbeat to the fourth line. Got it? Just those 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. There we go. Okay, let's go on just a bit further. Same place, but going on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So another up bow biddle in line 4, bar 2. Let's just look at that. Line 4, bar 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once more. 2, 3, 4. I see Sarah's commenting. That's great. Thank you, Sarah. Having trouble running out of bow. That's the tricky thing. You have to try and conserve the bow at the start of the bow itself, and get right to the tip. You see the first few notes. Try and use a tiny amount of space. The tendency when the bow starts going is that you move off quite fast, and then it sort of slows as you try to fit everything else in. But if you can start off at a nice slow tempo, so this is at the start of line 4, for instance. Because you're moving slowly from the start, that should help. Right, let's go back to line 4, bar 2. Param, 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 T. Just once more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the rest of the line is as above. Okay, let's move swiftly on to the reel, and then we'll get a chance to wrap it all together in the playthrough. Mrs. Crawfurd of Donside by John Riddle. Air. A bit slower. Let's give it a read. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again. So we've got the syncopation at the start. The very first note needs to be light, and the second note, which comes on the up bow fiddles, needs to be firm. Down, up. Let's just try those 2 notes. 3, 4. And again. Once more. That's the idea. It comes again in bar 3. Now, if we stay with the first bar of the reel, on the third crotchet beat, we've got the rhythm of 2 semiquavers and a quaver, and the 2 semis need to be like lightning. Let's just try that. 1, 2. That's the idea. In the second bar, we've got the slur over the middle 3 notes. And you want the first note of the slur to be firm. Let's just try the second bar, a bit slower. 3 and 4. and again. So the fourth quaver in that bar, the fourth note, needs to be firm. Once more, and. Last time, and. That's the idea. Okay, the whole of the first line. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Let's read the second measure. Line 2 of the reel. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got the same features. We've got the syncopation in line 2, bar 1, line 2, bar 3, line 3, bars 1 and 2, yampa, yampa, yampa. We also have the same rhythm of the 2 semiquavers and the quaver. It comes in line 2, bar 1, bar 3, and then in line 3, in bars 1 and 2. So these are all to be executed in the same way. The only other thing that we add are groups of quavers where we want to pair them. So let's take a look at line 2, bar 2. We want to chop these. The down bows fiddles are very strong on the beat. Ta da ta da ta da ta da. Let's try that. Line 2, bar 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. If you can keep the second finger down on the A, and that will help. Or at least it should. Just a bit slower. 3 and 4. And last time. The other place where it happens is in line 3, bars 3 and 4. Let's just try that. It's the last 2 bars of Mrs. Crawford. Nice and steady. Pair them. Ta-dum, ta-dum, 3, 4. And a bit slower. And. There we go. Okay. We could have used about 6 more hours on this, but we're ready to give it a test drive. We'll do it slowly and then a bit quicker. So Tibby Fuller of the Glen into Mrs. Crawford of the Donside. Watch, because the reel doesn't have an upbeat. So we're just going yadam dee yam badam yam ba dee dum. It'll be fine. Tibby Fuller of the Glen, Mrs. Crawford of Donside. Yadam dum dee yadam badam. 2, 3, and 4. There you go. Now a bit quicker. Let's just try it. Don't be too underwhelmed if it feels a bit fast. These are tricky little tunes. Here we go. Just to get a bit of lift about them this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great music, very enjoyable. Yes, Sarah, yes, Jane, I agree. I love this set. But there's a lot in it. I mean, I've been living with it for 3 or 4 weeks now, and it's only just settling. But great tunes, and a lot of depth to them. The next set, 32, is somewhat similar. D minor is our key. The Strathspey, John Roy Stewart by Alexander King McGlashan, and the Barns of Clyde by Joshua Campbell, who No Surprise to Learn was a Glasgow-based musician and composer. Okay, let's give John Roy Stewart a little sight read. It's in 4 parts. None of the parts is repeated, but they're each 2 lines in length. Okay, nice and steady from the top. First 2 lines. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let's try this one in equal quavers. Same set of tempo, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Another unusual tune. It starts in F major and ends in D minor. Now, the thing about doing it in equal quavers, it takes away a layer of complexity. If you still focus on the bowing, we can put it all together. So let's do it once more. Before we do, let's just take a wee look at the ornament at the end of the first line. Let's try nice and slow like that. And it requires a 4th finger for those. You can omit it. It's quite a lot of it's like radio silence. Even a few seconds starts to make you feel uncomfortable. But it'll be fine. 3, and. There we go. It's a particularly classical influence. Okay, once more, still in equal quavers. Try and follow the bowing fiddles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you'll notice in bar 2 of each line, lines 1 and 2, we have this 4-note slur, and it starts on the up. What you need to try and do is emphasize the middle of the slur, so the 3rd note. Let's just try that, still in equal quavers. So John Roy Stewart, bar 2, with an emphasis on the 3rd note of the bar, starting on an up. 3, 4. And again. Last time. And of course we've got the barred, the double 2nd finger on the A string and the D string in immediate succession. Let's just do it once more in light of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Okay, one more in equal quavers from the top. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, as printed. Here we go. 2, 3, and 4. Again, a great subtlety of rhythm. So there's a combination of dotted rhythms where the dotted quaver comes first in a pair, equal quavers, two equal quavers, and occasionally a snapped pair where the semiquaver comes first. It's particularly challenging in the last bar of each line because you've got 2 equal quavers, an ornament in the middle, and then a dotted quaver, semiquaver as notes 3 and 4. Let's just try that. It's the last bar of the first line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yum yum buddy, and once more. That's the idea. Now, although we have that variety of rhythm, the prevailing rhythm is the dotted rhythm. Tum, tatty, tatum, tatty, tatum, tatty, and it becomes really difficult to sustain. You have to bear in mind, you probably already knew this, I had to look it up. The John Roy Stewart of the title was a military commander in the Jacobite army at the 1745-46 Jacobite army. So you need to play it with that military might. Drum patty tum pum patty drum patty ta tum ta ta. It's a march, really, more than a strathspey. But we won't tell John Glen that. Ready? So from the top again, as printed, but with great depth. Fiddles, you want to try and stay in the lower half of the bow and don't travel too much. Try and have a sort of consistent stroke. More on that once we've played it. From the top, 2, 3, and 4. So if you force yourself, have a nice high elbow, try to stay down in the lower half. You will travel up, but a nice sort of big up bow now and again to get you back down will help with sustaining that rhythm. Tum ta-chi tum tum. Once more. Ready, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you look up this tune in other books, the rhythm's been adapted. Later editors have looked at it and said, oh, this rhythm is ghastly. The composer, Alexander King McGlashan, couldn't possibly have meant that, and they've changed it. It maybe wasn't quite so reactionary. The point is, he did notate it like this, and it takes an awful lot of effort, but you can give a convincing performance with the rhythm as he notated it. That's not to underestimate the significance of the sort of fluid print culture surrounding this repertoire. These later editors would maybe play the tune from memory, and as soon as you start doing that, or if you learn it by ear, or play it from memory, the fixity that you have on the page is lost. And it's not to say, it's not a judgment, it's not good or bad, but it's a process just to be aware of. But it's nice to have this opportunity to go back to, well, through Glen, the original, and just spend a bit of time getting to know it. Anyway, sermon over. We should really move on. So line 3, let's just have a read. Line 3, 2, 3, and 4. Let's quickly do this bar at a time. So starting with line 3, bar 1 with the upbeat. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Snap at the end, make it nice and firm. Once more, 3, 4. That's the idea. Now in the second bar, let's take a quick look at this rhythm, this ornament. Yum, pam, ba, ba, da, bum. 3, 4. And again. Once more. The significance is the first note's a semiquaver, so it's short. 3, 4. Okay, let's take the whole bar. Well, without the last note. That's where the next phrase starts. Second bar. Yar, yum, pa, ti, ta, tum. It's very militaristic, like a march. Ready, and 3, 4. You can make it sound even more militaristic than that. You've got a whole line of soldiers marching to battle. You've got to inspire fire in their hearts. So line 3, bar 2, throw some kindling on it. 3, 4. It's the last two notes, you see. Tum, ta-dum. Last time, I promise. 3, 4. There we go. Note, though, that the last two notes in bar 2 are quavers. So this is John Roy Stewart, line 3, bar 2. The two notes are quavers. So let's move on to line 3 with the upbeat. Bar 3. Line 3, bar 3 with the upbeat. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ready, and again, starting on up fiddles. 3 and 4. Last time, 3 and 4. There we go. And in the last bar, equal quavers again, and these are delicious. Try that. Last bar of line 3, 3, 4. Last time, 3, 4. Okay, the whole line. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. It's rousing. It's rousing. If we look to line 4, the first bar is as line 3. The second bar is slightly different because it starts with equal quavers. So the first note's just that bit longer. But the second group, they're all equal quavers on beats 3 and 4. So let's go line 4, bar 2, yum yum ba dee tum tum. Subtle, but that's how we notated it. It's not an error. So often these differences are assumed to be sloppy or of no consequence, but I think it's a subtlety that we can enjoy. Line 4, bar 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yum yum ba dee tum tum. There's so much space in that rhythm compared to in the line above. Once more, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. And if we do the upbeat to bar 3, yum tum ta ti ta tum ta ti. A big drop in register. Upbeat to bar 3, 3, and 4. And this is one of those exasperating bars where you've got lots of dotted rhythms in succession. Tum ta ti ta ti ta tum. You can take your time over that big leaping register. Da tum pa ti ta ti ta tum. Knocked my peg. I'm probably going to go bust now. Okay, upbeat to bar 3 again. This is line 4. Upbeat to bar 3, 2, 3, and 4. Last time, 3 and 4. It's a gesture. You need to take your time. Don't try and rush it. It's a very deliberate note. And then the same sort of ending, which we've done 100 times. So that's the second measure. The third measure, let's just give that a read. So this is line 5, set 32, line 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's all dotted rhythms. And if you try and stay in the lower half, that'll be fine. Just note that in the last bar of line 5, the first 4 notes are all quavers, which is different to how it's been previously. So let's just try that. Line 5, bar 4. There's just much more flow about it. There's no yadam dee da dum or ti da dum da dee. It's yada dee da dum. Line 5, bar 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And last time. There we go, that's the idea. And then we've got the second bar, the second line. So this is line 6 on the page. Just try and keep in the lower half. So let's try the whole measure again. So from line 5, 1, high elbows fiddles, it'll help. And just remember that drive. Tum, ta-dee, ta-tum, ta-dee, ta-tum. Stay in the lower half and you'll be fine. Ready, 2, 3, and 4. like a hornpipe. Right, without more ado, the last measure. So this is line 7. On an upbeat, on an up bow fiddles, let's just give it a read. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It starts with this prevailing dotted rhythm, but then it changes. So this is line 7, bar 3. It's the same, identical in fact, to the corresponding place in the second measure, so line 3. We won't look at that. And then in the last line of the Strathspey, so that's the line above the Barns of Clyde, we get bar 3 with the equal quavers, and then the equal quavers at the end. Let's just quickly look at that. I'll tell you what, let's look at the last line of the Strathspey with the upbeat. So last line with the upbeat, it's on an up bow fiddles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you go. Something like that. It'd be nice to have more time, but spend more time on it. But we try to keep these videos within about an hour. Let's take a quick look at the reel. The Barns of Clyde, T minor reel. It's good news. Nice and steady. Let's give it a read. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again. Good. A couple of things to note. In the second bar, we've got a dotted rhythm, and that's really a 3-note gesture because it's tee-ta-tum, tee-ta-tum. You see how neat and discreet it is? The middle note is just an aberration. Tee-ta-tum. Let's just try that. Bar 2, first 3 notes. 3, 4. Once more. 3, 4. And it's the same at the start of bar 3. Ready, and. Now the only other thing is in bar 4, pair the quavers. Let's just try that. Bar 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be fine, huh? Let's take a read of the second measure. So from line 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the last bar there, pair the quavers. Let's just try that. 3, 4. Now the slurs in the second measure from line 2 are all in the original. I'm sure. Maybe I did 1 or 2 just to fish it out. But this idea of 3 notes, then 3 notes, as in line 2, bar 1, is in the original. I think I'm right in saying a lot of Joshua Campbell's material was focused on flute players. So maybe intended more as a sort of phrasing thing than a bowing thing. But the two are fairly translatable. So Let's just try once more through the second measure, nice and slow, just focusing on the bowing. Ready, 2, 3, and 4. There you go. Now, as ever, short shrift to the reel, but the strathspey really is where the depth of technique lies. Set 32 then. Just check as I need to scroll. Okay. Set 32, nice and steady, then we'll do it a bit quicker. Okay. Drum, buddy, dum, buddy. Get your marching boots on, laddie. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well done. Takes a lot of getting through those third and fourth measures, but there's the promise of the resolution that just propels you on through these tum ta-tum 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 ta-tum. Yes, well done, very good. Okay, bit quicker then, bit of lift. Oh, Jane's saying the low notes are great. Yes, I bet they are. Jane's on the cello. Splendid. They're good on the fiddle too, but you don't get as much depth as on the cello for sure. Okay, here we go. Bit quicker then. Ready? Faster. Yeah, Sarah, let's go. The question marks incredulity. No, you'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, wrong tempo. It needs to go just a bit quicker. 1, 2, 3, and 4. something like that. Good. Well done. That's us for another session. Thanks for taking part. And remember, you can always rewatch at any time using the same link or by searching on YouTube. And you can also leave comments for the video once it's there. The next live broadcast will be on Thursday, when we'll continue our exploration of the Glen Collection. In the meantime, take care and keep playing. Bye, everyone.